Hello everyone, my name is Ray Bowman and this is my Week 7 presentation for MPA 585, Political Economy for Public Administration. This week we're focusing on key topics covered between chapters 21 and 25 of our textbook with a key emphasis on tax avoidance. In this brief presentation, I'll discuss what tax avoidance is and provide 3 examples of tax avoidance strategies, which includes postponement, shifting, and arbitrage. And of course, at the end, I'll provide my reference in my closing. So first off, what is tax avoidance? So tax avoidance is not the same as tax evasion, which is illegal. Tax avoidance essentially uses the tax code to lower tax liabilities or obligations. In comparison, tax evasion, which can involve underreporting income or falsifying documentation, is a crime. Loopholes are provisions in the tax codes that allow someone to get away with not paying taxes or maybe reducing their tax liabilities, which is essentially what tax avoidance uses. So what are common tax avoidance strategies? The first one has to do with timing, and that's in postponing tax obligations. This is discussed at length in Chapter 24 of our textbook on page 747 specifically, and postponement of taxes can be achieved using accounting strategies that essentially delay the realization of capital gains or the recognition of revenue in our books, essentially delaying the timing of when transactions are recorded in our books. So say, for example, I'm a contractor on a large-scale project, and the agency that I'm contracted with and I come to an understanding that payments made to me prior to the completion of the project are loans until the project is complete. Then I can delay paying income taxes because I can postpone recording my income to a much later time. The second way of tax avoidance can be achieved in income shifting. This strategy is when income is deliberately moved across entities, family members, or even jurisdictions with lower tax rates, with the goal of minimizing overall tax obligation. This typically involves shifting income to someone with lower marginal tax rates, like a parent to a child. It can involve a transfer of assets, although savings isn't unlimited. And the government typically tries to limit an individual or corporation from shifting too much income. But apart from a parent shifting income to a child, this can also be seen in the ways a company might shift its profits to a subsidiary company that's in a lower tax region or maybe even in a lower tax country. So the third avoidance strategy is tax arbitrage, which essentially involves taking advantage of the different tax rates at which different kinds of income or individuals are taxed. So an example of this could be in the way that a corporation decides to finance a large-scale project. So say a company needs cash fast, they can get it in 2 ways. They can either borrow money or they can issue stock. And if the company decides to borrow money, the interest that they pay on that loan is tax deductible. But if they issue stocks, the dividends that they pay to shareholders aren't tax deductible. So in this scenario, the corporation should decide to borrow money instead so that the interest payments that they make can lower their taxable income. Although tax avoidance and these 3 strategies are perfectly legal, it's not something that I've personally seen practiced by anyone in my own circle. This slide includes a reference to our textbook, which was used in preparation for this presentation. And with that, I'd like to thank you for your time and have a great day.